Let's get started!
You might want to use a little more flair.
Going for the Christmas colors, I see. Alright, let's begin. Okay, here we go. Chapter 375. As expected, it's a Libra chapter. And like all Libra chapters, it's filled with insane amounts of nonsensical bullshit. Now do take note that this will not be a full recap. We are just gonna be talking about things that don't make sense. And since it's a Libra chapter, basically nothing made sense. But before we start, let me say a little something. So the direction of the storyline is getting a little too odd lately. We started out relatively normally, all the way into chapter 370, where the story went back a bit, before proceeding back to the present timeline. And then the next chapter once again went back, and then continued towards the present timeline again. The fact that there are still other fights that are not shown yet means we are gonna get more of these flashback to present chapters for the next 6 months. I can already imagine Big Boy suddenly appearing, and the next chapter is a flashback. Same goes to Marble's inevitable return. Okay, that's enough jokes for now. Let's proceed to the manga. So like I said before, since it's a Libra focused chapter, 375 naturally contains much more bullshit than your regular chapter. And indeed, right off the bat, right in the very beginning of the chapter, there's already one. Just look at how Libra is called as an expert on complex misdirection techniques.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Ah yes. Typical post-war arc MHA, characters randomly talking about how good Libra is. I swear ever since the war arc ended, this idiot randomly gets talked about how supposedly skilled and dangerous she is every 10 or so chapters, even though she didn't even do a single f***ing thing after the war. It's like the manga is trying to convince me that Libra is some kind of super spy super assassin hybrid. Hell, even the entire UA wall is even specified to be filled with countermeasures against her, and only her. In fact, it's so designed against her that not only one, but 5 f***ing deadline spies got in. The praises continued all the way into the final fight. Even Deadline joined in the fun and became her hype man last chapter. But in reality, how good is Libra? Well, basing off of this fight, she's an easily beatable knife nut with little battlefield awareness. She's also a massive dumbass who didn't even preserve her fancy new gear and now it's 90% broken. She didn't even try to suck and transform into a bird brain. Furthermore, the fight is already skipped to the portal stuff and the heroes don't even have extra slash wounds because she's so f***ing slow.
Not even scratched?
It's kinda funny how her lack of skill is excused as because she's not even warmed up yet. Hell, I'm not buying that shit. Libra is f***ing incompetent, slow, useless, and only still relevant because plot armor. And even then, she's still said to be so damn good that the heroes need at least 1 sensor and 4 pros just to have a chance against her. But all I can see here is that the 2 extras are just half-assing their attacks and the sensor hero is not even drawn. As you can see, they are really f***ing important. Now let's move on to our next rant topic. This specific blood vial. This blood vial is another one of Deadline's ass-pull bullshits. And it contains bird brain attractor fluid, something that's non-existent until this scene. Also, this fluid is exclusive to Libra, and only to her. No other villain even has anything remotely similar to it. Anyways, with the help of this ass-pull vial, she then did some misdirecting. As a whole, the entire misdirection scene is insanely stupid and incredibly forced. Just look at how Libra didn't even get a single splash from the vial despite it being broken right on her f***ing face. But despite the entire thing being an ass pull, the bird brain attractor fluid basically amounted to nothing. It just made the nearest bird brain launch one half-assed attack in the general direction of Frogget, completely missing everything. And that's it. That's literally all the fluid did. Heck, Libra didn't even move out the way. It's almost as if she knew how useless it's gonna be. Also, why didn't Libra just stab Frogget right then and there? She clearly has no problem trying to stab her earlier. Why suddenly leave her alone? Man, this entire scene is really one big f***ing mess. Which is coincidentally the title of the chapter. Okay, let's move on to the final topic. The big merging of battlefields. I just gotta ask, what the f*** is the creator even planning with the villains at this point? Sunbird's attacks hit everything in a very wide radius around himself. And the Deadpool clones are obviously not very tough and will melt and die easily. Deadline at this point already wasted half of his rewind doing absolutely nothing. And he's still not getting any portals. Meanwhile, Handam Man is already getting annihilated and can't even fight back. Just go a little higher, we have Death Note's satellite unable to see anything because there are too much clouds. To top it all off, if you look at the big picture, even the prop villain swarms are already getting wiped out. The villains are getting screwed over at 375 different places at once, yet they are still written like they are supposed to be the ones on the upper hand. I mean, just look at this blob. This is just asking for an orbital laser cannon from Food Fight. Overall, the chapter is quite short and insanely rushed. You can tell the creator doesn't know how to make a proper Libra fight against the main characters, so he just skipped the entire battle right until a few minutes before the portals pop out. No more Iron Maiden. No more Skullface. The bird brains are now conveniently lacking regeneration. The entire island fight is over. Everyone's at Gunga Mountain now.
Well, there's no questioning your results, dear.
How the hell is this even possible?
あの人が
Okay.
Hey guys, what am I supposed to do with the paper pyramid?
A hero standing on the mountain of pain.